The new year being a blank page, waiting for the ink of our dreams, plans and aspirations, needs the imprint of people to step forward with hope, embrace growth and savor every moment as we try to make the best of the year. A life coach, Mr. Samuel Chukwu, was in our studio earlier to give us a breakdown on how we should start the year on a strong footing. Here is an excerpt.
When we're talking backstage, I have a public speaking business, and I noticed that, yes, I will need a lot of capital. But what are the things I can do? I can plan. I can plan without capital. I could reach out to people without capital. You could start with the things that you can. And there's something spiritual about planning, I've noticed. More often than not, because there's a God that controls the universe, when you start with what you have, He will propel you to certain people, certain resources, certain things that would meet you. But if you do not take that first move, you will not meet those people. Another thing I would like to note is this. Those who spend an inordinate amount of time focusing on the things they cannot control are only preparing a recipe of frustration in a kitchen of indecision. So you must spend time focusing on what you can control and trusting in God that the things that are not within your control would align in your favor.
Now you have a glimpse of how to start the year strong. To other issues, contrary to speculations, prices of commodities, particularly food items, have remained stable during the Christmas and New Year celebrations, even as commercial activities pick up after Yuletide. We're talking now in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State Capital. Clement Barikiu will tell us more.
At the beginning of last quarter of 2024, most commodities, particularly foodstuff, witnessed skyrocketing hikes in prices, raising fears among many Nigerians in Uyo about what will become of the goods during the Yuletide. With the celebrations over and businesses picking up again in Uyo metropolis, residents are happy the prices of goods, including the premium motor spirit, were not as they had feared.
We appreciate what the government is doing, and more is still expected in that direction. At least for sustaining the price at that level.
When we thank God for the price that has come down, I hope it should continue to come down, at least to the level of where things will be normalized.
No market the last year, December, people are not selling.
After Christmas, we don't finish season. Even this year, season no day as it used to be.
Among dealers on back-to-school items, sales were not as expected, given that this is not a fresh school session.
For now, parents have not started coming for now. I have not seen any parents except those that came to pick few things, mainly for practical.
There is no money. If to say money day, parents could start buying something.
Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom state government is continuing in its effort to remodel public schools in the state to complement its free and compulsory education policy. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Well, to speak further on the post-Yuletide economic situation in Uyo, we have our correspondent, Clement Barikiu, joining us live now to tell us the update going by what we've just seen from the report. Clement, if you can hear me, please go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. The 2024 Christmas and New Year celebrations among residents of Uyo here could be described as a surprise one. Surprise ones in the sense that when compared with what happened in previous years, we recall that every year during this season, there's always high cost of commodities, particularly food items. And so many were expecting similar thing to happen in 2024, particularly looking at the fact that at the last quarter of that year, there were high cost of commodities. Prices of most things, particularly foodstuffs, were increasing by the day. But to the surprise of many, the prices of those foodstuffs became stable during the Yuletide. Many are tracing this to the stability in the price of fuel. Fuel right now is sold between 999 naira and 1,070 naira. And in fact, many filling stations are even adjusting their meters to reduce the price. And this has never happened during the Yuletide. Prices of commodities, including fuel, are always on the high side. But in 2024, the prices were stable, and then many were so happy and hoping that this will continue, and even to a point of reducing in prices, so that it will help to alleviate their sufferings.
So much, Clement, for that update. I'm sure residents of Uyo will be smiling to the market.